Hey guys. If you may or may not have seen yet, I put ads on my videos. I'm not sure if this will bother you guys, but all of the ads should be skippable so you don't have to watch them. I decided to this for a few reasons, but the main one being school. It's not a lot money coming in from ads, but I don't have anything, so it's a start. I hope you guys will understand. Anyway, sorry for the long ass intro. Back to the video. Hey Cags. Hey Boke. He leaned down to place a kiss on his forehead. You don't do that in public. Hinata reached up to wipe off the kiss. Cags didn't take him seriously and laughed at him. Fine, I won't do it anymore. You're so dramatic. I'll just wait until we get to your place. Thank you very much, sir. They both snickered and continued to walk the halls. They ran into Noah, more like he ran into them, and he walked with them until he joined up with Tanaka. Bye Noah senpai. Bye Shoyo. The two were jumping up and down at opposite ends of the hallway, both Kojima and Tanaka standing next to them, annoyed and embarrassed. Shoyo stopped jumping long enough to hear what Kojima had to say. Make sure you do your work in class, that way you won't have so much homework. You're one to talk. You always have so much work after school. This isn't about me. Whatever. Hinata gave him a quick hug before running to his classroom. Time skip. It was now lunchtime. If the couple wasn't able to talk during some of their shared classes, then they would catch up at lunch. Kojima got to the lunchroom and looked around, trying to find Hinata. Once he found him, he sat next to him and they talked. Every once in a while Shoyo would shove bites of food down his throat. Hey, Sho. What? You've got something on your face. Really? Where? Right there. He leaned down to kiss him on his cheek and smiled at his flushed face. It's amazing how someone can look annoyed, embarrassed and still be cute all at the same time. Cags. That was so cheesy. And I told you not to do that in public anymore. Again, Hinata wiped off his kiss. This time Kojima frowned, but quickly changed his face into a smile when Hinata looked up at him. Shoyo was trying his best to look angry and annoyed, but he was too cute for that. What are you doing? Are you trying to look angry? If you are, it's not working. Oh, shut up. Shoyo forced more food into his mouth and laughed when Kojima almost choked on it. Fast forward to the end of the day. It was time to go home. There was no practice today, so the team was free to do whatever they wanted for the afternoon. Did you finish your work? What are you? My mother. I'm just trying to make sure we don't have another incident like last time. Hinata immediately knew what he was talking about. They had to miss part of a game because they had to attend extra classes because they had failed. Don't remind me, and at least I got all of the answers right. You just failed. Don't call me out on my stupidity. You're supposed to be my boyfriend. I may be your boyfriend, but I'm also not going to lie to you, baby. Kojima sighed in frustration as they were approaching Hinata's doorstep. He unlocked the door and they went upstairs to his room. Hinata laid on the bed and Kojima jumped on top of him, Shoyo groaning at the impact. You're too heavy to do that. You let Natsu do it. That's because I can still look down to talk to her. She's smaller than you. Kojima gasped dramatically before looking his boyfriend in the eyes. Boke. Are you calling me fat? Absolutely. Shoyo giggled before Kojima kissed him again. I can do that right. Now that we're in the comfort of your own home. No. Hinata pulled the sleeve of his jacket over his hands and wiped off the kiss. This time, Kojima didn't hide his frown. Why do you keep doing that? Doing what? Every time I kiss you, you just wipe it off. Hinata shrugged nonchalantly. Maybe I don't like your kisses. You lie. Everyone likes my kisses. Oh really? Who else are you kissing besides me? Shoyo smirked at his partner's face becoming a darker shade of red by the second. Aha. 𝕂𝕒𝕚𝕦𝕦𝕦𝕦𝕦𝕦𝕦. He jumped and yelped at the sound of his name. A warning would be nice next time. He turned around to see Iwaizumi rushing towards him. Kiss me. Excuse me, what? Hurry up and kiss me. Not that I don't want to, but what's the rush? I'm trying to prove to Maki and Matsun that I'm capable of kissing you first. What? Iwa threw his hands up and sighed in frustration. Every time they see us kissing, it's always you kissing me first. And is that such a bad thing? He looked over Iwaizumi's shoulder to see the aforementioned duo snickering. Of course it is. Fine, fine. Calm down. Just kiss me. He did as instructed and leaned up to kiss him. When he pulled back and opened his eyes, he saw 𝕂𝕒𝕚 wiping his kiss away. Iwaizumi turned around to see both Maki and Matsun doubled over laughing. Carver. What the hell? He turned back around to see 𝕂𝕒𝕚 already walking away. After a few periods had gone by, Iwa had managed to track down his boyfriend. Carver. Again, he turned around to see a pissed off Iwaizumi making his way towards him. Back again, Iwa-chan. Why did you do that earlier? Do what? Stop acting dumb, you know what I'm talking about. If you're talking about me wiping your kiss, then I did it simply because I wanted to. No further explanation needed. His lips quirked into a smirk as Iwaizumi's face now displayed confusion instead of irritation. It was quiet for a moment as they stared at each other in the hallway, letting the current of students pass them. Was that all you wanted from me? Oh yeah. Alright then, are you going to come eat with me? They grabbed their food and went to sit in their regular spot outside. They sat and ate in silence until one of them broke it. I really hope you're lying. How did you know? Because. How long have we been friends? 𝕂𝕒𝕚 leaned over to place his head on Iwa's shoulder, before continuing to speak. I was lying. I honestly just wanted to embarrass you in front of them. Iwaizumi scoffed. Like that's anything new. It's not, but it will always be funny. To you. To me. It was silent for a few moments. 𝕂𝕒𝕚 lifted his head up to kiss his boyfriend. He giggled when his face showed that it caught him off guard. When Iwa turned his head to face him, he used the back of his hand to wipe his mouth. Wiping the kiss. Why'd you even do it that time? I didn't even kiss you first. 𝕂𝕒𝕚 shrugged before standing up. That time was because I wanted to. Iwaizumi fell back laughing. He sat up and looked at 𝕂𝕒𝕚, who was scowling at him. You're still lying. How can you tell? I'm calling bullshit. Is it really bullshit if I was right? Yes. You're always so mean, Hajime. No, I'm not. Only when you annoy me. So I guess I deserve it then. Absolutely. They both laughed as they walked towards the main buildings. 𝕂𝕒𝕚 leaned his head on Iwa's shoulder. If only you were taller, then this would be comfortable. You say that as if I'm so much shorter than you. Also, nobody told you to do that. 𝕂𝕒𝕚's head shot up as he feigned being hurt. Don't even say it. You don't even know what I was going to say. Sorry I'm late. You're always late, it's nothing new. I'm sorry, I'll be on time tomorrow. That's what you said yesterday too. Lev leaned down to kiss Yaku, who simply wiped it away without saying anything. Lev opened his mouth to protest, but he was interrupted by Kiryu and Yamamoto joining their group. Hey, guys. Took you long enough. Why are you guys always late? Sorry, princess. Yaku scoffed and the group continued with their conversation, minus 𝕻𝕚𝕦, who wasn't really paying them any attention. He wasn't gaming, but he didn't feel it necessary to add to their conversation. 𝕻𝕚𝕦. He jumped upon unexpectedly hearing his name. You're so scary, 𝕻𝕚𝕦. Anybody would be scared by someone yelling their name out of nowhere, Lev. Right. Anyway, why aren't you talking much? Maybe he just doesn't want to add to our conversation. Or maybe he just doesn't have anything to say. Why are you guys talking like I'm not sitting right here? Sorry, 𝕻𝕚𝕦. Yaku sighed and stood up with his tray, announcing that he was gonna leave early and get to class. They all watched him leave, and not too long after Lev made up some excuse to leave as well and hurried after him. He didn't know exactly where Haikyuu had gone, so he just walked the third-year halls of 𝕂𝕒𝕦𝕦𝕦 until he found him. Where did he go? I've looked all over. He hadn't in fact been looking for him all over, but he would just like to think that he had. Wait. Lev started to run. He had an idea of where he was. Haikyuu-san. It was now Haikyuu's turn to jump out of his skin and be scared. He whirled around in surprise to see an excited Lev coming at him like a small puppy. Jeez, don't scare me like that. Lev came to a cartoonish stop in front of him and Haikyuu could hear him panting, out of breath. Sorry Yakin. He looked down at him with a sickly sweet smile. The one kind that made Haikyuu want to drop kick him. Whatever. How did you know that I was up here? It was just a lucky guess. Isn't this what kids in Japan do? Haikyuu turned to face away from him, leaning on the railing and looking at the skyline. No, not really. Most schools don't even have rooftop access. It just happens that 𝕂𝕒𝕦𝕦𝕦 does. Nobody really comes up here though, so it's quiet. Lev stepped closer to Haikyuu, and approached his side. They stayed silent for a while until Lev broke it. Why'd you do it? He didn't hesitate, so there was no reason for Haikyuu to lie. The kiss. Yeah. It was a challenge. A challenge. Don't worry about it. Oh. In that case, can I have a real kiss? Sure. Haikyuu grabbed Lev by his collar and pulled him down and they shared a short and sweet kiss. When the younger pulled away, he waited until Haikyuu opened his eyes to wipe the kiss away. Haikyuu was shocked at first, but then shock turned into amusement. Lev frowned. This wasn't the reaction he was expecting. Serves me right, I guess. This can be our secret if you want. He shrugged and walked past Lev to go back downstairs. The taller boy smirked and followed him back. When they got back, they bumped into Kiryu, Kenma, and Yamamoto about to split up and go their separate ways. Oh, the lovebirds are back. Where did you two run off to? Nowhere special. Kiryu eyed Haikyuu, who was smirking right back at him. He decided to drop it for now. He'd get whatever it was out of him eventually. Let's go, Kiryu. They each said their goodbyes and split up until they would eventually see each other at practice later that day. Captain. The couple pulled away from each other quickly, and looked at Hinata. Can you guys not make out during practice? You don't let me and Kags do it. I don't wanna see that shit at 7 o'clock in the morning. They were stunned into silence. He wasn't wrong, they were making out and they had told the first years to not make out during practice. Anyways. What did you need? I wanted to ask if Sugar could come set for me. I'm used to Kojima and I want to try to get accustomed to Suga sets. Oh, was that it? I'll be over in a second. Okay. He turned around and jogged back to Kojima. The couple turned to each other, and weren't surprised to see that both of their faces were beet red. I guess I gotta go do that now. He started to walk away but felt something grab his hand. Daichi pulled him back and gave him one last peck. Sugora scowled slightly before wiping it off. Daichi was stunned as he watched his boyfriend walk away. Fast forward a good 45 minutes and practice was almost over. Alright everyone. Practice is almost over and good work today. Make sure you guys eat something before going to class. Everyone agreed and finished up their session. Sugar had been sitting on the wall for a while just watching Kage Hina practice. Hey Sugar. Hey Daichi. There was an awkward silence between the both of them. Sugora stood up and went to the gym door to change his shoes, Daichi right on his heels. He silently watched his boyfriend put on his shoes. When he was done, Sugar straightened up and looked over his shoulder to see his boyfriend literally staring at him. Did you need something? Can I kiss you? What? I think you heard me. I did, but I just need to be sure that I heard you correctly. Well, can I? You don't have to ask. Daichi gave him a quick peck on the cheek. He couldn't even pull back all of the way before Sugora was aggressively wiping the kiss away. "Why'd I'll see you in class." And with that he was walking away towards the school's main building. Let's speed through the day and school is now almost over. Suga was walking to his last class, which he just so happened to share with Daichi. When he walked into the classroom, he wasn't surprised to see that his boyfriend was already there. He looked up and saw Suga walking in and he hurriedly scrambled out of his seat to get to him. "You're not mad at me, are you?" "What do you mean? Did I do something wrong?" "No, not yet. Yet. Another stretch of awkward silence. Well, it was awkward for only one of them. Daichi caught Sugora by surprise by roughly kissing him. He flushed red quickly and he had to look away, pretending to look for something in his bag. Daichi frowned, not expecting that reaction. "What's wrong, Sugar?" "Nothing, Daichi. I'll tell you after class. Please just go sit down." He complied and went back to his seat. The minutes seemed to drag by. Daichi couldn't sit still, and he was restless. He had every right to be worried. He didn't know what Sugar was going to tell him. As soon as the class ended, he bolted out of the class and waited for his boyfriend outside by the door. "Can you please tell me now?" It was a challenge. "What? Are you talking about the kissing thing?" "Yeah. Me and Ikoa came up with the idea." Daichi playfully rolled his eyes, letting out a deep laugh. "There you go. Now you can stop being so worried for no reason. Thank you for that. After I had to wait a whole day. But another thing. Let's not make out in front of Hinata. I don't want him to try to lecture me. Deal."
And it goes a little something like